the show. There was a recent report that showed that nearly half of the food produced in Canada goes to waste. That is more than 21 million tons of food, with 42% of all of that being avoidable waste that could be eaten instead.
At a time when grocery prices are also skyrocketing, we all want to stretch our dollar and minimize what we throw out. So our next guest is here to help with scrappy spring recipes, perfect for Earth Month. So please welcome zero waste chef Christine Tizzard back to the show.
Yes. So glad to be back.
We just want to say how happy we are to see you back. For those who have not heard, you actually were diagnosed with a rare form of cancer a little over a year ago, and you had to undergo a life-saving brain surgery. How are you doing now?
I'm actually doing really well. I mean, it's been a hell of a year, but my brain's intact. I'm here, and I'm so happy to be back.
We're so happy to have you.
Oh my, that is a wonderful update.
Yeah.
We're thrilled. We're thrilled. Okay, we're gonna get back to scrappy cooking, which is what you do so well. So we're gonna actually start with the delicious food. You brought a bunch of things today, and we're gonna start with something that a lot of people throw out. So when we talk about corn and the corn cob, you say use it in a chowder?
The best way to buy corn is when you buy it on the cob, right? And with the husks and everything attached, because a lot of people don't know that this whole thing can be used. So I've made this spring corn chowder that can be eaten warm or chilled. And what I did was, first I infused the broth of the corn chowder with the husks, the silks, and actually the cobs, because it has so much flavor in there.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
This is beautiful.
So you would just throw it in like water and then like let it simmer for
I took
a while?
a veggie stock, I took this off. I threw this in, and then, you know, you take the corn off, which I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. You wanna get all those silks off. You take the corn off like this, right?
I love that, yes.
So great if you have kids eating braces. You know, I went through that, or kids wearing braces. I went through that. They don't like to eat it on the cob too. So you have that, and then you throw the whole cob in there too and infuse it in the broth.
And you say we can juice our corn cobs too.
So
juice them?
Yeah, it's a funny thing. You can actually, like, just to show you how much flavor is in here, I'm just gonna take this off, and you see this corner here? I'm gonna turn it to the back of the knife.
Okay.
And then you're gonna go down that, and you can actually see it squirt out. So you wanna get every last bit of it out.
Gosh.
And that's why there's so much flavor still in the actual cob of this.
Mine's all gone. It's all gone.
So good. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the hardy rhubarb, and you think everyone should have a rhubarb plant.
So, yes, I have brought you the gift of rhubarb. So I bought all 4 of you a rhubarb plant.
Thank you.
Because if you have any dirt at all around your home, put a rhubarb plant in there. They are super hardy, and I don't know if anyone has bought rhubarb at a store recently, but it's quite expensive.
Okay.
A perennial, comes back year after year. It's like deer resistant, and I mean, it's nothing like seeing the gift of rhubarb growing in your garden in the spring.
Okay, let's get to the food part of rhubarb, because you brought us a rhubarb rice pudding.
So, you know, rhubarb cobbler, rhubarb pie, but I like to stew my rhubarb, and there's so many things you can do with it. So,
it's really good.
A rice pudding, you're using leftover rice that you would typically throw away, so it's free. I used coconut milk to like sweeten it up with a little bit of sugar, and then I stewed the rhubarb with a little bit of sugar as well. It's quite bitter. But I mean, a lot of people don't realize too that you can also eat rhubarb raw. And I don't know if you've ever tried that.
No. Can we try this?
Yeah, you're gonna try it. So I brought a little bit of honey too, so there's some there. And just dip it, and it's quite bitter.
Oh! I love it.
Very bitter.
Isn't it nice? Yeah, I like it. I mean,
it's refreshing. It's not too sweet. I love it.
That's something else.
But rhubarb is the one thing that you only eat the stalk. because the leaves are poisonous.
Okay.
So remember
tip.
that.
Hot tip. Okay, but so you mentioned pies and jams, and that's what we typically think of. But are there other ways to use?
Tasting it, it's so bitter. You can see that it would go nice with like even savory dishes.
That's what I was thinking.
So a salsa, anything that like is like a chutney type of thing, or even stewed with like a pork or something like that would be beautiful.
Okay, so what are the best ways to put rhubarb to use? Or I shouldn't say rhubarb, but the other parts that you say, you know, maybe we shouldn't be touching.
Besides the poisonous.
Maybe besides the poisonous stuff?
Don't eat the leaves, but the whole stalk can be used. And when you're like harvesting your rhubarb, you'll cut it at the base and it'll keep on growing a couple times. You might get a couple rounds of it. But I mean, I love like a rhubarb coffee cake, a rhubarb loaf, but I mean, stewing it like this is my favorite because I have it like in the mornings with, you know, yogurt, granola. It's really nice.
It's beautiful.
Okay, so let's talk about this. You've made a waste-free chimichurri sauce that is filled with stalks and stems. So tell us about how you're serving it in this case.
So my chimichurri is something that I make like all spring and summer long. It's tangy, it's very herbaceous, and it's a little spicy too. We're getting into grilling season, so it pairs so nicely with meats and grilled meats. I had it last night over like fish, but also, I mean, it's spring pea season. I brought this like spring pea chimichurri right here. So like as a side, you can kind of drizzle it over anything like scrambled eggs in the morning. And I've used all the stalks of like all of these herbs. So your parsley stems, your dill stems, your stems off of your basil, your thyme, your oregano.
Some oil and vinegar and then Bob's your uncle? Or?
It's really easy.
I've done
Oil,
everything wrong
vinegar,
in life.
garlic, chilies, and tons of herbs. Just get rid of your herbs.
And you tell us we should stop peeling our vegetables.
Peeling's overrated. I made everything here without peeling a thing. You're going to save time in the kitchen. The peels have a lot of nutrients, they have a lot of fiber, and to me, it locks in the flavor. So, for example, this is a potato salad, which is like all through spring and summer, great. Leave the peels on. I've also grated some carrot with the peel on, and you know, you spring it up with your fresh peas, your spring asparagus, and you're good to go.
It's gorgeous and fresh. Okay, so last up, we're going to talk about veggie tops because that's another way we're always. I feel like I chop up the carrot, I throw it out. So how can we use these tops? So
I mean, there's lots of tops that are kind of like not palatable. So you know, leeks, for example. There we go. You tend to throw these away, but you can, put them in a soup, a stock. It adds flavor. You can pull them out at the end. So you want to think about using up those stalks. But the stems too, like beets. Your beets.
Okay.
Your beet greens, I love, right? And with the beets, if you buy them this way, it's like a 2-for-1. So you get your beets, you get the stems, and here I made a borscht. Now, borscht is like a hearty kind of thing that you would have through the cold winter months.
Oh, it's nice.
But if you puree it, right, you can serve it chilled in the summer.
Yeah.
And I've used the whole beet. And I didn't peel the beets.
And I'm not a beet fan, but I like this.
So
it's
good.
Nice, right?
Really, really nice.
It's like
really
a little beet shooter.
It is. It's a little beet shooter. It is. You bring such amazing, innovative ways for us to use every single part of our food. So, Christine, thank you for doing it again.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you. Wow. Delicious.
Hey, you. Come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.